A list? Don't be ridiculous. Hey guys, it is the 20th of September. Today's daily highlight, we're going to be answering a few questions from people online and on a website and YouTube. First of all, Stefan, in answer to your question about how do we make sure the camera doesn't bounce too much when we're not using a tripod, it's a very good question because the camera, as we showed in the update yesterday, is crap for hand holding. So what we do, we don't tend to use tripods much at all, to be honest, because I don't like having the camera static. I think it's dull. So what we do, we've built a shoulder mount using parts from stuff we had kicking about and stuff you get on eBay. We've got a basic shoulder mount with like two grips here, which we call a stinger. I don't know what the industry term for it is, but you see they use them a lot if you watch making of documentaries. And that's fantastic for running around and getting it up close, up in people's faces, and it's fantastic if you want that handheld look, but you don't want the camera shaking about all over the place. We also, it's a recent development, but we do have a Steadicam as well, Steadicam Flyer, which is just a wonderful piece of engineering. We're going to do a blog post specifically just about that pretty soon, so you can look forward to that, but it's freaking cool, man. It's very, very cool. And we've got stuff like the dollies and such and cranes, which we've built. Your next question, which is about your school, which is purchasing 6 Sony f355s. I've not used that model, I've used an f350. They're fantastic, they're the big shoulder mounted ones. Great for weddings and this sort of thing. They don't take the memory cards, they take like an optical disc, but it's the same XDCAM workflow, same tapeless internet access workflow. It's fantastic, and it says on your blog post that they're going to arrive tomorrow, which is a guess today, so you should have already found out, but you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with those things, and it's, I should hope, going to change the way you do things for the better. Another question which you've asked, and a whole bunch of other people have asked on YouTube as well, is the sort of computer specs you need to be doing what we do. And you'll be pleased to know it really isn't all that expensive and all that top end. It's probably top end specs for last year, but obviously the way things move forward now, there's a whole different range of things out at the moment which you don't have, to be honest. We can do all our real-time editing in a non-linear editor. We can do all of our visual effects and all of our 3D work on the machines which we've built. We've got 7 or 8 of them here which we've built. I think mine is the highest spec, and the specifications for those geeky enough to know what I'm on about, it's an Intel quad-core, it's clocking at 2.4, it's got 8 gigs of RAM, and it's got a GTX 8800 NVIDIA graphics card in there. So not enormous spec, and you can put something like this together using parts on eBay, or even get somebody put together for you on eBay. You'd be looking at about 500 quid. Obviously that's not for your monitors and not for your peripherals and all this kind of stuff, it's just for the box and the contents. But when you consider that this is something that was physically impossible for computers to do 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, then it's wonderful that, you know, for half the price of what you'd have paid for a desktop computer only a short while ago, you can now do everything like this in your bedroom, essentially. So kit like this is really not as expensive as it used to be, and more than capable of doing what we need to do. A few people have been asking questions about software as well. That's something we're going to go into in another blog post, because it's quite a controversial area and we don't want to cut anybody out. But hopefully that's covered everything about computer specs and camera questions. And I'm going to go and try and get an early night, to be honest. We're up to London tomorrow, holding auditions for the next round of shooting. So I guess we'll see. Maybe tomorrow's blog post will be from the city, and we'll see you then.